Where's my coffee? Where's my coffee? There we go. Welcome back, everyone. Today I'm working on a PW80. I picked this up to flip it, but my kid really wants to ride it. I had forgotten that he can ride PW80s. So I've been going through it, and it looks like it needs a new kickstand, a new Kickstarter, a couple things tweaked, carb clean, airbox. So I'm just going to kind of go through it and see if I can get it going. Please like and subscribe, everybody. Buy me a coffee if you're so inclined. Thank you for watching. The Kickstarter threads were stripped out. The brake lever is bent, so I'm going to bend that back. The side stand was snapped off, so I don't know why, but I'm going to replace that. The teeth on the output shaft are totally fine, so I just need to replace the whole lever. I purchased this one on Amazon. It said it was for this bike, but it is way too big. So I'm going to have to buy a new one and figure that out. Alright. That's too much. Perfect. This is the new side stand. I do know that it's a little bit too short. That was in the review on Amazon, but I am just going to cut it and lengthen it a little bit. This bike's in really good condition, just a lot of little stuff. Uh-oh, I don't know why this doesn't want to come out. Looks like that's stripped. Woo! There we go. As you can see, it is too short. I only need about 1 centimeter, so I'm going to cut a little off here. Maybe I should weld it first. Now I'm going to cut off about 1 centimeter. It's not pretty, but it's going to work. Alright, good to go. Alright, let's see this. Hey, that looks a lot better. Alright. Alright. Let's try to lean this bike over. Oh, that's perfect. Next, I want to clean this carb, so we do have to remove it. There are a couple of hoses we do need to remove. Ooh. And this hose has a little leak. Alright, and that petcock does work. I'm going to remove the fuel line from the petcock as well, since I will be replacing that, since this one does have a leak. There's a little line in the back that I'm just going to pop off. That is the oil feed line. Slide this guy off. I'm going to remove the top screws so I can remove the slide. Alright. As you can see, it is leaking gas, so there's gas in there. I am not worried about it. I'm going to remove the float bowl first, see what's going on in there. Woo. The reason I'm cleaning this carb is that it wasn't starting. It would start on spray, but it wouldn't start from just the carb. So I think maybe a jet is clogged or the float needle is plugged. Okay. It doesn't look too crusty. I'm blowing through it with my mouth, just to make sure that it's sealing. If you pull this pin, that pulls out the float and the float needle. Set that aside. Now I'm going to pull the jet. Oh, and I pulled the whole thing. That's fine. The jet is completely clear, so that's good. The idle jet, if you can see through it. Ooh, I cannot see through the idle jet, so that might be clogged. I keep an old throttle cable that's frayed. I can usually use that wire to stick through and kind of break that up. Get rid of any crud. Alright. I think that was the issue, but while I'm in here, I'm just going to take some parts brake cleaner, spray it through everything. Okay. Alright, now I'm just going to put everything back together. The needle fits on like that, and it just drops right in. I'm gonna do it like this, and it just drops right in. This guy presses through. Okay, like that. Remember, this part faces out. I'm gonna see if I have a new bolt for this. This is why you always want to save. And that one looks about right. This is why you always want to save old hardware. There we go. There's a little notch in here, and there's a little pin in the slide, so make sure you line those up. This is for the choke. If you don't line up the slide, it just won't go in. And you'll know. Put this back in. There's a little hose on the back for your oil injection. Pop that back on. Alright. Tighten this clamp. Cut your fuel line. Alright. This bike didn't come with an airbox, so I got an airbox for it. But to put the airbox on, I have to remove the tank. There's two little bolts right there, but this was missing them, which makes this part really easy. This airbox is brand new. I bought it from Amazon. You can buy almost everything for this bike on Amazon, including the wrong size Kickstarter. This is the connector for the carb to the airbox. Alright, there's one side. Wow, is that really how it works? Alright, there we go. We can put the tank back on. Okay. One more thing I have to do is make a washer for this top piece. I did not have one, so I'm going to measure it. Alright. It's almost exactly 4 centimeters. Perfect. So I took this plate, I actually threaded it, and it fits this bolt. So I'm going to chuck this up in here, and then I'm going to try to turn it down. We'll see what happens. Alright, so that's hopefully the shape of the washer. Top's not real pretty. The bottom I put a little recess in to fit into that groove. Should be good to go. So I have a little recess groove for here. This part just goes in like that. Perfect. All right. I'm gonna take that out and I'll paint it and I'll put it back in. Woo! Alright, I got to run. Needs a little fine tuning. I think just some jetting or just clean out the turds in the exhaust. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Buy me a coffee if you're inclined to. Thank you again.